Okay, guys, we got a couple more drafts that we're going to look at here. We're looking at some 12-player sit and goes. The more I'm looking at these, and I'm in one tournament draft right now as we go through this too, the more I realize the difference between these sit and goes and the tournament style drafts. Not really super digging the way this one's turning out so far. I am in the sixth round, and I only got two wide receivers so far. Devonta Adams and Neighbors. Not a huge fan of Adams, but this was just whenever I get McCaffrey at the one here, I'm just not sure really. There's nothing that I really like to do. In this one here, I'm kind of hoping, cross my fingers, like does does Olave fall to me? Does Neo Collins fall to me? Does Allen fall to me? Do one of the tight ends fall all the way over here? And then do I just kind of take them because I never take them if they don't make it all the way around to the 2-3 turn or farther? So I have very little of them. So basically, I'm just trying to almost take the players that I don't want a little bit when I get over here sometimes. And I've done this pairing of McCaffrey and Ayuk so many times already, probably, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 times. So so many is relative, but I've done it, and I got at least one draft going on right now. Who knows if one of the other drafts we're looking at today will be one of them? But I got this pairing going on right now, and I just didn't want to do it again. And Adams is starting to fall, so I took Adams at the 2-3 turn, and I don't take Achane that much because he usually goes towards the end of the round two. So I got him at the beginning of round three. Okay, I'll go with it, I guess, and do something fun here. Um, so, but these drafts are a lot different. Neighbors goes a lot later. The wide receiver is just basically going later as other things kind of fill in the gaps more and more and more. For instance, right now I got Reed queued up because he was the highest wide receiver ADP. In fact, I had Reed and McLaurin queued up. I was kind of hoping to get two more to fill my um, last wide receiver in my flex spot, but McLaurin went just before, which I guess is okay. I got a lot of McLaurin. So now I got Reed queued up right now. But Reed usually goes like if I pull up, and I pulled it up right before I started this, I pulled up my tournament draft here. And Reed goes, where does Reed go? Reed goes way earlier than pick 72, I can tell you that. Let's see here. Like pick 60, so like a full round earlier. And then look at this. We got for wide receivers that are available here. We got, sorry, wide receivers. Got Swift, and White left still. And Swift doesn't go until, where did Swift go in this one? 87, pick 87. And he's going typically around 70 in these. In fact, Zamir White goes before Swift, and Stevenson goes before Zamir White. So at least in this draft that I got going on. So who knows if the tournament's funny or if this one's funny. I do have these players actually in that order as well. You can see Stevenson, then Zamir White, then Swift pick based on rankings here. So it kind of tells you that there's something from a tournament perspective that makes Stevenson more valuable than Zamir White, more valuable than Swift on average. Maybe it's that Swift's most likely to lose his job by the end of the season. I guess that's it. I mean, I'm not sure. That would be my guess here. And then in these ones here, quarterbacks definitely get pushed up. Like Love's going in the 90s or something like that in the tournaments. He's averaging 67 here. In fact, as I go through drafts, I find myself sometimes just running a situation where I can't get a quarterback at all. That people just keep on drafting the quarterbacks line, end up with almost no one. So a couple of things I guess maybe I need to figure out in some cases. I don't feel too bad about it though. Often I'm just looking at kind of if any quarterbacks are dropping and maybe taking them if they make sense with my build. And in fact, here that's kind of what I'm thinking I might do. I could see this as a situation where you go Reed and Love. Reason being, I think, is because Worthy is the next wide receiver off the board at 75. I've seen him fall a ton, and then is Worthy that much better than, for example, um, Watson, Edson, McConkey, Odunze, and then also Deontay Johnson here, and then Rashee Rice here. I mean, Rashee Rice can be suspended, so that does play a big difference for these ones. But I don't know if there's that big of a gap. In fact, I've seen him drop into the 80s, and I think even into the 90s at least once. I think I might have got him in the 90s, to tell you the truth, in one draft. Maybe we can find that one too. So I do like grabbing Love if you can. I usually don't take him unless he drops past ADP by a lot. This is probably the earliest I'll have ever taken him in these drafts at 72. But um, is there a world where I can get Love and then get Reed and then does Watson maybe fall? Can I get Watson? And then, or if I can't get Watson, does Romeo Dobbs or Wicks kind of align with me in a place? And so do I fill out some of the rest of my wide receiver core with making a bet on Jordan Love, which I'd like to do if I'm going to draft him. Also at tight end, I do I do like having a reason to try to get Musgrave or um, maybe even Kraft. There was one draft where I took both of them. I think it might have been a team I had Jordan Love on, I'd imagine, but I don't recall exactly. And then we got Lloyd here towards the end too, which I think is an interesting pick in these drafts. Uh, does he get a significant role? I feel like he can, based on how Green Bay's been playing their number one and two running backs. Uh, like the AJ, not the AJ, the Aaron Jones role versus the AJ Dillon role. Uh, is there like a Jacobs Lloyd type of dynamic that's similar? So we're going to go and actually take Jordan Love and Jaden Reed here. And I guess, not feel good about it, but whatever. It is what it is. We'll get at least one of our quarterbacks out of the way. And that way we know we are building out a full roster at least. And then we got plenty of wide receivers that come back later on. The other reason I think this makes more sense is that I don't want to go and take one of Ridley or even Godwin here a little early, but I definitely don't want to take Ridley, and anyone else is probably too late right now. Hope they maybe push through back to me on the way back. But I already got Neighbors as a rookie. Do I want to have two rookies in my starting lineup? Probably not. I mean, you can always be proven wrong, but probably not with this build, considering on the way back around, I'm probably going to be taking another rookie. So that would mean that I have a really slow start to the season. Probably not the best way to go with it. So we're going to go Reed and Love and live to fight another round at pick number 96. Okay. Here we go. Reed and Love. Okay, next one. This team here is a fun team. I feel like I probably shouldn't make the pick I'm going to make here, but I think I'll do it just because it if it works out, it works out really well. I got Richardson and Mitchell fell to me, and now Downs has fallen as well. I mean, can you look at this team? I'll have one, two, three. I'm going to take their tight end as well. That's probably, I mean, is that too many Colts, or are those all the cheap Colts? So it doesn't matter. Maybe because it's all the cheaper ones that I'm getting them at actually value. I think I am at least. Let's see here. 148, it's 154. So if I'm getting these players all below market value, I think it actually makes sense for me here as far as this draft goes. And this was the one where I skipped out on the stud tight ends. I got Cole Kmet here. And I do want to get Woods from Indianapolis, so I'm going to end up with at least 3 pass catchers for Richardson, which is kind of crazy. Like that cannot work out like hardcore for all of them in any given week, but maybe one of them a week or something like that. Especially in weeks where maybe just one of them can give me a spike week if Harrison, Diggs, Samuel, Allen, Adunze don't work out. I mean, I got a lot of firepower. So these guys at the end here, I kind of like it actually. Can one of them have a big week every once in a while to just supplant someone that doesn't have a great week? It makes sense. Um, if I go based on ADP here, Judy is ahead, which I'm intrigued with Judy. I know a lot of people are down on him, but there are some people that are really interested in him as well. And I haven't drafted him as much as I'd like. Wicks is another interesting one. Again, we were talking about the Green Bay stack and the previous one. And I got Downs here, who I haven't drafted enough, but I'm going to draft now in this one. Uh, without looking at anything else, I think I hope Lloyd comes back to me at 59. Um, who I have is the highest there. We do have Wright, Gibson. I got a lot of Wright, not a ton of Gibson, not a ton of Ray Davis. Um, in fact, no, no, this isn't a team that has any. I don't have any Buffalo players on this team, do I? Nope. So I think I'm, maybe hoping that Lloyd comes back, and then I have Gibbs, Warren, Benson, and Lloyd. That's a nice running back room to go along with that. I'm also going to end up, getting probably try to get Roshan or Herbert to pair with Odunze, and that will give me 5 running backs to go along with my 7 wide receivers. I'll have my 2 QBs. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 2 more, 6, 7. That's 7 more picks, and I have 8 more rounds. So it gives me 1 extra pick to do whatever I want with it. It's going to be I don't know, it could be anything actually. Do I go 4 tight ends in this room? This could be a 4 tight end team, or I could get another wide receiver or running back. I think they're all options. I think it's just based on value, maybe what falls is what I'll do. Uh, we were gonna go Josh Downs and have fun with Indy and Chicago. Let's just to make sure from a buy perspective. If from a buy perspective, I'm okay for the most part. I do have a 14 here to go along with that one, which means 1, but I got plenty other ones, don't I? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 other ones right now. And I got to get at least, again, 1 more wide receiver. So I'll have at least 5 that are not 14. We're good. We're doing it. Josh Downs it is. Okay. Next one. Round 11 here. This seems to be a standard spot that I'm seeing myself run into now, and I'm not 100% sure which way to go with these. Where I got Lockett and Brown as 2 of my options here when we get around this time here. What I've kind of started doing, I think it's the right move. I think it's on this one too. That makes me think maybe oh, I got no QBs though in this one either. Any QBs? Aaron Rodgers at ADP, and I don't have any Jets either. In fact, this is the one where I'm building out Ridley and Spears here, hoping that I can get Levis on the way around. If I took Lockett, then I could maybe get Geno Smith as well. There's another team here that still has 0 QBs also. Um, they got a Seattle Seahawk, not a pass catcher, but you never know what people are doing with their picks sometimes. He's got another Seattle. Darn, he got 2 Seattle guys there. He doesn't have anyone from Tennessee. That being said, if I could see anyone getting desperate and then taking any QB at this point in time, I hope he kind of takes Aaron Rodgers just to kind of get some of the field down, and then there's less. I could go Lockett here, but they both go around the same time. 153 would be right in the 13th round. 13th round is going this way, which means that I either got to take one of them here or I take one here and I risk Nick Murray getting the other one. I think the play on this one is to just build out my running back room a little bit more. And you don't really have to worry about correlation as much, I don't think, in these ones, just because, again, we're not playing for huge swing up weeks. I think the correlation helps as far as hopefully you have someone hitting as opposed to you just constantly ending up with the wrong guys. So it hopefully gives you that one person that hits your lineup, or maybe two people, right? That hit your lineup each week, and then you're I guess more importantly making a bet, I guess, on a team and saying these are the teams that are going to get me there. So I'm kind of relying on hopefully having a good makeup of players combined with making a bet on a team that will hopefully give me the best shot at doing well in these. We'll see in the end of the season if the strategy made sense or not. Um, I think Chase Brown is the bet here, considering I end up with both Pittsburgh running backs on this one, which was a little weird. I took Harris right here, and with like zero expectation that Warren would make his way back around, he did. I guess if I would have known that, I guess this would be the time where it would be where you'd want to take Brooks. Maybe is when you do I have another run? No, that's right. Take Brooks as your first running back if you know that Warren and Spears are going to be their way back around. You got two guys that could potentially do great. And they got Brooks, who will hopefully pick it up second half of the season. And then you got Chase Brown as well, who you don't know if he's going to get 50%, 45%, or end up with more if the starter for Cincinnati, or the perceived starter for Cincinnati, can't cut it. Zach Moss right here. And I think that's a little bit up in the air. Some people feel like Chase Brown's the more explosive player. He also didn't really do much, it seemed like, other than one lucky play. But I'm taking a lot of Chase Brown at this point in time. Um, I do think he's better play than these guys here. Miller, I don't know why I have him so low. I think I pulled him up in my drafts. I think I pulled up Chandler as well. Basically, I'm kind of like pulling this tier up more. I'm finding myself grabbing from this group more and more and more when possible. As you can see here, right? I'm going to go, I think I'm going Chase Brown here. And I'm going to go running back, running back, running back, running back. I still don't have a quarterback on this one. And in fact, I could see myself grabbing one more running back after this with that group, like you're saying, like I was saying, Charbonnet, Dowdle, Lloyd, Wright, Miller, Chandler, and I got pick 37 and then 52. 3, 4, 5. Oh, the 52 pick is going to be a quarterback, right? Hopefully in Levis, if he makes it there, is I think the plan at 137. I don't think I'd take Rodgers even at 137. Lots of value. I think I'm going to let the quarterbacks drop and just build it out the rest of the team and see if I can get like such a stud group at running back and wide receiver uh, that that I can pull away with points there, and then just quantity at wide at QB. And I don't even know what that quantity is going to be. I feel like it's like 2 and then Fields maybe or something like that, or who knows. We're going Chase Brown here on this team. His buys week 12, works with everything else that I got. I guess another week 12, but no, the running backs are week 12. We're going there with this one. I don't think I'm able to swing it where I can get both Geno Smith and Will Levis, and I don't want to risk it that I'll lose out on Will Levis here. So I'm going to go with Chase Brown here. Most likely on the way back, I think I take another running back. I could see a situation where I take 137. I mean, I got such good wide receivers here that I don't think it makes as much sense. But I could go Lockett here, hope that Charbonnet comes back that way around. But again, then I'm just trading Geno Smith for Wilson, and Wilson I have the better receiving stack. Well, Wilson. Let me start Will Levis. 2, 2, 1 QB. Who's got? I took Spears, Ridley here. Who took Hopkins? And he took Hopkins here. He's got 2 QBs though, so hopefully he wouldn't take another QB. He took Murray and Daniels. He shouldn't be taking a third one that early, but you never know again. A lot of people like to look at right here. He took 3 QBs. Richardson, Burrow, and then Lawrence. That's crazy. That was actually, and then yeah, 3 QBs here too. Cousins, Goff, okay, Stroud at the 102. Fun, fun, fun. There's another Jefferson build here for me. Yeah, I got such strong wide receivers. We are going to go Chase Brown, build out the running backs, and then just start hammering QBs at some point in time. Last one here. Oh, hey, look at that. Will Levis was just taken. I'm not up yet in this one, but this is one I'm going to be up next in. This draft, I have 1 QB. What round is it? Round 12. And I got my bet here on. Oh, look at this. This is, speaking of, there's Caffrey and Ayuk right there on this one. Got 6 wide receivers on this team already. There's Chase Brown again on another team right there. Took him with my last pick. I do need another QB still. I need another tight end still. And then a little bit of something there and there too would be nice. I do think this is a team where Pearsall would be nice from San Francisco. I haven't drafted him a bit. Rodgers is well past ADP. 20 picks, 2 rounds almost. Maybe I take Rodgers and then I can take Corley and Conklin later on if they made it to me. Corley is, where's he at? Right here, 187. No, not, I mean, like he could, but not a good chance that he falls to me. So I might have a naked Rodgers. That doesn't really make much sense to me. In fact, look at this team. I got Las Vegas. Who else can I? Anyone else? Carolina. I got Canada. So this is going to be a fun one. I've run into this sometimes. I'm trying to figure out what I do with this. How to like figure out which players to get so I have some correlation. I think that's kind of one of the reasons why I took Deontay Johnson here potentially, seeing that the rest of the team had players that were already drafted. Um, that way it opens up maybe a Carolina thing. I do like the players that are available here. There's Adam Thielen. I don't like him nearly as much, but he's there too. I already have 6 wide receivers, so I don't need another wide receiver. And he's going. I'd be reaching a couple of picks for Thielen. Thielen can drop significantly at times as well. I feel like he's a player I just let drop and see what happens. Um, I have two really nice and a third okay running back. I don't. This is kind of. I mean, like if I could get, I like these wide receivers here. All of them. I really like Judy at this price, Wicks at this price, Downs at this price, and there's Pearsall there. Hopefully, I can get him 163. Hopefully, come back to me at 168. I'm not going to reach out. I don't need to, but that'd be nice if I got him there. So I'm going to skip on those wide receivers. If they don't get taken here, which they could, if they're kind of a good spot. Look at that, 5, 4, 5, 6. Okay, they don't round 12. I mean, this guy did. These three could all use at least one wide receiver. So lucky them. They are hitting a sweet spot of the draft for a wide receiver. I I can do whatever I want here. I kind of like the idea of just whatever falls, to tell you the truth. I don't like taking Rodgers here. Watson at ADP with Jerry Judy might be interesting if I had to. That being said, if we just look at based on rank, Charbonnet, I have so much higher right here. And Musgrave, I don't get a lot. I'm at 147. So I have him kind of where he's going to go here. And he usually goes at 130. Also, Kendrick Miller, I don't get nothing. So I think the moral of this one is I don't know what I'm going to do. Good news is we don't need to make a decision yet. We got a couple picks before we have to. So this one's a little bit of a waste of time. Apologize for that. But if we look at tight end, somewhere over here, like Musgrave, Otten, maybe Henry. These guys, I think the last ones where you might feel comfortable with a 2 tight end build with Andrews and one of these players. I can't be Henry because we got a week 14 here. So Musgrave would maybe make a lot of sense too on this team. I do like I don't love, but um, he is one of those year 2 tight ends, both him and Crafter, year 2 tight ends that are potential interesting picks. Okay, so I could see going with any of these players that are good ADP values here. I could also see filling out my second tight end and then saying I'm not taking another one if I don't want to. I could also, I think Charbonnet for the develop, I'm definitely taking a 144. I'll do that no matter what, I think. And then last but not least, if I needed to, I don't think I'm taking Rodgers by himself. I could see like Watson and Judy, who would be right around ADP as well. That's another good option. And then that way I'd shore up my quarterback essentially with two. I don't know if I feel great about those as my only 2 quarterbacks. I mean, with Purdy your starter, do you need 3? Purdy and I think you need 3 no matter what. So I don't. I might want to get that second tight end if I feel like that's a good enough tight end to only need 2, and then I'll just figure out wide receiver more as we go along. I do. I could got Las Vegas, Carolina again. Yeah, this is another situation where I might get some uncorrelated players, and that's another reason maybe just get Rodgers here and hope for the best. Oh, I'm not gonna do that though. Okay, well, someone be the first person to ever put a comment in one of these and tell me what I should do in this one, because I'm up in a couple picks. Help me out, man. Talk to you in the next one. Peace.